All right, so you're sick and tired of not being able to play your favorite music anywhere in your house easily, and you were over at a buddy's place and they told you about Sonos, and now you want a Sonos system. That is awesome. Sonos is great, but you got a problem if you're anything like me, and that is that there is a $50 difference between the Sonos One and the older Sonos Play One speaker, but you don't know which one to buy because you're a little bit cheap, like me. Well, I'm here to help you. Let's walk through both of these speakers and I'll tell you which one I think you should buy. Okay, so first things first, it doesn't really matter which one you buy in terms of looks. They both look very, very similar. The new Sonos One comes in black and white and has this nice mesh grille on the side. The older Sonos Play One has black caps and a silver middle. And you're really not gonna notice this. It will stay out of your way anywhere in your house you decide to put it. Speaking of where you put it though, if we turn these speakers around, you can see there is a threaded mount on the old Sonos Play One, but there is not one on the new Sonos One. And that's something that you should consider if you're thinking about mounting this speaker somewhere in your house. It's gonna be a lot easier to do it with the older, cheaper Sonos Play One than with the new Sonos One model. Another aesthetic difference you'll notice between these two speakers is that the newer Sonos One has touch controls on the top, and you can even swipe left or right to change tunes, whereas the old speaker has physical play and pause buttons and physical volume buttons. Not a huge deal because you'll probably be using the Sonos app to do basically everything with these speakers. More on that in a second. But there are some differences in terms of controls. You probably already spied this when I turned the speakers around, but there are Ethernet ports on the back of both of them. They also have built-in Wi-Fi, so they will easily connect to your network. Okay, so they're the same size. They're both mono speakers, which means they just have one bass driver and one treble driver in them, so you won't get stereo sound out of these unless you have multiple speakers hooked up. But how do they sound? What's the sound comparison? Well, I'm gonna be honest, there's not really that much of a difference between both of these speakers. I think the Sonos One is a little bit more full, for lack of a better phrase. It sort of fills the room a little bit more with some high sort of bass register, low mids. But that's only really noticeable if you're listening to these side by side. And let's be honest, if you are looking for fidelity over everything else, we recommend that you check out a larger Sonos speaker like the Play 5, or getting some traditional bookshelf speakers and hooking them up to a networked amplifier or something else that will give you similar functionality with a little bit better audio quality. That's not to say that these speakers sound bad. In fact, I think that mono in this case is really awesome because it allows you to place them anywhere in any room, and you'll never have any weird phase issues from stereo bouncing off of something, and you'll always get a nice clear image of what you're trying to listen to. Functionality. So this is really where the major difference between these two models comes up, and it's what you're gonna pay $50 more for if you decide to get the Play One. That's because these speakers both look alike and they both work very similarly inside the Sonos app, but when you use them in your home, there is a major interface difference, and that is that the Sonos One has built-in Alexa and Google Assistant, and that's something that really can't be overstated in terms of how much functionality it adds, because this speaker functions as an independent smart speaker similar to an Echo or any other Alexa smart speaker or even Google-based smart speaker, but all from this single device. So you can ask it to play your favorite tunes, you can ask it the weather, you can set alarms, anything that you can do with your voice on Alexa or with Google Assistant, you can do with the Sonos One speaker. That is not true of the Play One. With the Play One, you can use Spotify, you can use Apple Music, Plex, any number of really popular streaming services, but you have to do everything you want to do on the speaker in the app. So you can do nothing with your voice. You can't tell it to do things out loud. And that's a major difference between these two speakers, with one that functions as a sort of autonomous smart speaker that's also connected to the Sonos ecosystem, and the other that really is just a Sonos ecosystem device. So which one should you buy? Well, if I'm being honest, I would buy the Sonos One, and that's because the smart speaker functionality that's added in, being able to set a timer if you set this thing in the kitchen, being able to ask it the weather if it's in your bedroom and you're getting dressed for the day, that to me is worth the $50. That said, if it's not worth the $50 to you, that makes a lot of sense. Some people just want a speaker and they just want it to work inside the Sonos ecosystem, and that's great. And along those lines, if you're just looking for a great speaker that works inside the Sonos universe, check out the IKEA System Fisk speaker. It is only $99 and it does many of the same things the Sonos Play 1 does, but at a much cheaper price point. Still, we think the Sonos One is the best smart speaker that we've used. It works so well in virtually every space in your house that if you get a couple of these, you will be very, very excited with just how awesome it is to be able to walk into any room in your house, say out loud what music you want to be playing, and have it immediately play seamlessly between rooms.
This one feel good.
Dan and his family live in a typical suburban neighborhood. He has just done something that has changed the lives of his family. Dan bought a Roku Smart soundbar for their living room TV. Within minutes, he effortlessly transformed his family's TV with premium audio.
Sweet.
Now his family can enjoy exceptional sound,
Hit it.
dynamic bass, and crisp, clear dialogue.
There's a situation.
If it matters to you, I can do it.
But premium sound isn't the only thing Dan's family loves about their Roku Smart soundbar. It also came with America's #1 TV streaming platform built in.
Play NBC Sports.
Now they enjoy live TV, hit movies, and more.
Gosh, don't cops run red lights?
Well, yeah, some do. But, not your dad.
But he didn't stop there. Dan added one more thing.
Yes, I did.
Well done, Dan. Well done.
Do you know who I am? I'm a powerhouse of sound and Wi-Fi, wrapped in beauty and innovation. I'm smart enough to let you play your music hands-free,
Alexa, play my weekend playlist.
while I gracefully extend the Wi-Fi in your home. Which means no more dead zones, no more buffering. With beautiful room-filling sound, I'm a smart speaker and Wi-Fi system that plays friendly with any router, especially Orbi, because I'm Orbi Voice from Netgear, and there's nothing like me.